Hello, welcome to RajaReads. I'm Masood Raja, and I'm sorry I've been missing for a very long time. I have been traveling but also working on my main channel and haven't had much chance to record for this BookTube channel. But today I have a wonderful book, a very useful book that I want to introduce, and it's by Lauryl Zenobi called I Want My UX Job. Now, let me tell you a story first. A few months ago, I started looking into design jobs. You know how when the apps and websites are developed, there are different teams that work on them, right? So, two possible members of the team, the user research member and the content specialist member, are someone that someone like me could train myself to do, right? So overall, the field is called UX research, user research. So in order to train myself, I started taking courses, and then I sent an email to Lauryl Zenobi, who's a senior UX researcher with a company called Ad Hoc. And she was kind enough to give me a few pointers and guide me about what to do and what kind of courses to take. And I am taking those courses. And I'll post the link to the website where I am taking those courses. And I'll also post a link to the book. But this book is really a good book for anyone who is either finishing their bachelor's in anthropology, even in UX design or anything else, and are trying to build a resume, a portfolio, and want to know how to chronologically do that and how to apply for jobs. But more importantly, the book is for professionals like me, people in education, people who have a master's in anthropology, sociology, ethnography, even literary studies, I would say. And they are thinking of transitioning out of their academic careers or academic life and making their way into UX design. Now, UX design, of course, is one of the burgeoning field in computer sciences and in human-centered computer design. So if you are an academic or someone who just got his master's and wants to know how do I translate the qualitative research that I did for my projects or the quantitative research that I did for my projects, how do I translate it into a language that it fits in my portfolio and that it will make sense to recruiters and people who do interviews for UX jobs, this is the book for you, right? It's a very well-written book. It's written by someone who's a professional. It's experiential because she does use her own experience, but it gives you sort of a roadmap of how to build yourself into a possible candidate for a UX research job. It also gives you certain interviews with successful UX researchers who were academics and who made a transition to their careers into UX. It also lists under each chapter additional resources to read, which organizations to join, which Facebook pages to join. Then there's a whole chapter about how to craft your portfolio and resume, right? So in a way, if you needed a guidebook about how to apply to user researcher jobs, or just to apply to UX jobs, maybe as a designer, but wanted also to be part of it as a UX researcher, I can promise you there is no other book in the market that defines the process and gives you the practical steps to do it better than this book. So I've already recommended it to so many of my students, and here I am briefly introducing you to the book. And if you are interested in UX research, if you want to know how to develop a UX research portfolio, how to structure your resume, how even to approach recruiters, how to start building your credentials, I highly recommend Lauryl Zenobi's I Want a UX Job. That's all. I hope this is useful. If you have any questions, please post them in the comments and I'll try to answer them. I must admit that I'm taking about 16 UX courses right now, mostly on UX research, but also on usability research. And I'm finding them to be really exciting. I'm learning, I'm reading, I'm watching videos. I'm not sure if something will come out of it, but here is the thing. It's adding to the things that I know, the things that I understand. And as a learner, as a perpetual learner, that's in itself a great experience for me. That's all. I hope you're doing well and taking care of each other. I'll try to post videos about books more frequently from now on, but until I come back and say hi to you, take care, and as always, peace and love.